fundamental aspect of the human experience that encompasses a person's sexual identity, orientation, behavior, and relationship. It is a complex and multifaceted concept that extends beyond just physical intimacy, involving emotional, social, and psychological components. Sexuality is shaped by a variety of factors, including biological, psychological, social, cultural, ethical, and spiritual influences. It is a core part of who we are as an individuals and how we connect with others, and it can evolve and change throughout our lives. Understanding and embracing the diverse expression of sexuality is essential for promoting inclusivity, respect, and overall well-being. Gender identity refers to a person's internal sense of being male, female, or a gender outside the binary. It is a core aspect of one's identity that may or may not align with the sex assigned at birth. And sexual orientation describes a person's emotional, romantic, and or sexual attraction to individuals of the same gender. A different gender or multiple genders. Common orientation include heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, pansexual, and asexual. And biological sex refers to the physical characteristics such as chromosomes, hormones, and genitalia that typically define a person as male, female, or intersex. Sexual identity encompasses how one perceives and expresses their sexuality, including gender identity, sexual orientation, and the ways in which they choose to express their sexuality throughout behavior, relationship, and self-expression. Sexual health involves the physical, emotional, mental, and social well-being in relation to sexuality. It includes access to comprehensive sex education, preventive healthcare, and the ability to make informed choices about one's sexual life. Healthy relationships. Healthy consensual relationships are a crucial aspect of sexuality. This includes ability to communicate openly, establish boundaries, practice mutual respect, and engage in meaningful, fulfilling connection with others.
Gender and personality. Gender can influence personality in various ways due to social, cultural, and biological factors. Socially, often to opposes certain expectations and norms of individuals based on their gender, which can shape behaviors and personality traits. Additionally, the biological differences between genders, such as hormonal influences, can also play a role in shaping personality. However, it is important to recognize that personality is a complex and multifaceted individual. Differences within genders are more often significant than differences between genders.
Gender and personality. So, gender and personality are like two sides of the same coin, shaping who you are but in different ways. So, gender is like the category label. It's influenced by your biology and expectations society has for males, females, and non-binary individuals. For instance, society might expect men to be more assertive than women, while women might be expected to be more nurturing than men. So these are the generalizations, of course, but they illustrate how gender roles can influence how we see ourselves and how others see us. So next is personality. Personality, on the other hand, is your own unique blend of traits. It's about whether you are shy or outgoing, analytical or creative, and etc. So these traits aren't necessarily linked to your gender. There are plenty of outgoing women and shy men, for example.
Hello everyone, I'm gonna discuss a topic about what affects the gender of an individual. There are some factors that we all should consider. First one is biological factors. Chromosomes play a significant role. Typically, XX chromosomes are associated with females, and XY chromosomes are associated with males. However, there are cases of intersex individuals who may have variations in their chromosomes, hormones, or reproductive anatomy that don't fit typical definitions of male or female. Next one is hormonal factors. Hormones such as testosterone and estrogen play a role in the development of physical traits associated with gender, as well in the development of secondary sexual characteristics during puberty. Next one is social factors. Gender roles and expectations vary widely across different cultures and societies. These societal norms and expectations can influence how individuals perceive and express their gender identity. Next one is psychological factors. Gender identity, which is an individual's deeply felt sense of being male, female, or something else, may not always align with biological sex. Some individuals may identify as transgender, non-binary, genderqueer, or other gender identity that differs from the sex they were assigned at birth. Next one is environmental factors. Family, peers, media, and other social institutions can all shape an individual's understanding and expression of gender. Next one is personal experiences. Each person's unique experiences and self-awareness contribute to their understanding and expression of gender.
How does society affect gender and sexuality? Sexuality is a natural and healthy part of life. It is everything about being male or female. It is the most important aspect of masculine or feminine identification. It is important so you can learn about the physical part of sex and to also understand how to take care of yourself and make good choices that reflect who you are and what you believe. Gender is a social concept on how men and women should think, feel, and act. It refers to femininity or masculinity of a person's role and behavior as defined by social gender and sexuality are two issues that affects your life as a teenager. Gender roles are the social and cultural expectation for how people should behave according to their assigned gender. These roles shape the behaviors, attitude, and responsibilities considered appropriate for men and women. Also an integral component of every aspect of social daily lives of individuals and society, and different roles by society to men and women as it significantly impacts individuals.
Society plays a significant role in shaping gender and sexuality through various mechanisms, including cultural norms, expectations, and institutions. Here are a few ways society influences this aspect. First is cultural norms and expectations. Society often imposes norms and expectations regarding how individuals should behave based on their gender. These norms dictate everything from clothing choices to career paths, affecting how individuals perceive themselves and others in terms of gender identity and expression. Second is socialization. From a young age, individuals are socialized into specific gender roles through interactions with family, peers, media, and education system. This socialization reinforces ideas about what it means to be masculine or feminine and can influence how individuals perceive their own gender identity and sexuality. Third is institutional discrimination. Societal institutions such as laws, policies, and religious institutions can perpetuate discriminations against individuals based on their gender or sexual orientation. This discrimination can limit opportunities, restrict rights, and contribute to social stigma and marginalization. fourth is media representation. Media plays a powerful role in shaping perceptions of gender and sexuality by portraying certain identities and relationships as normal and desirable while marginalizing others. Stereotypical representation in media can reinforce societal biases and influence how individuals perceive themselves and others. And the last is social movements and activism. Social movements and activism have a power to challenge societal norms and promote acceptance and equality for individuals of all gender and sexual orientations. These movements work to change cultural attitudes, advocate for policy reform, and create spaces for marginalized voices to be heard.
Good day. Our topic for today is all about gender and sexuality online. And let me explain, how does the internet influence sexual and gender? Sexual behavior can be acquired through exposure to pornography and sexual models on such as act. The internet has had a significant impact on sexuality and gender in various ways. It has provided platforms for exposure, education, and expression, allowing individuals to access information and communities that may not be readily available offline. It has facilitated the sharing of diverse perspectives, which can also help challenging traditional norms and stereotypes surrounding sexuality and gender. However, it is important to recognize that the internet can also perpetuate harmful narrative and contribute to a spread of misinformation. Overall, the internet influence sexuality and gender is complex and masculinized with both positive and negative implication.
Social or environmental. Facilitate sexual learning and decide the sexual attitude of the adolescents. It includes an attitude of parents towards sexuality, parenting style per relationship, cultural differences. Although the formation of gender identity is not completely understood, many factors have been suggested as influencing its development. Biological factors that may influence gender. Identity include ideas regarding gender roles conveyed by family, authority figures, mass media, and the other influential people in the child's life.
Personality of temperament. Personality is the characteristic sets of behavior, cognition, and emotional patterns that evolve from biological and environmental factors. And personality is something we obtain or something that influences us by our environmental will be shown in our temperament or on how we act in our things in this world. While temperament refers to personality traits that determine how someone reacts to the world.
Sexual orientation. So, sexual orientation is an enduring personal pattern of romantic attraction or sexual attraction or a combination of ways to persons of the opposite sex or gender, the same sex or gender, or both sexes or more than one gender. Patterns are generally categorized under heterosexuality, homosexuality, and bisexuality. While asexuality, the lack of sexual attraction to others, is someone identified as the fourth category. These categories are aspects of the more nature of sexual identity and terminology. For example, people may use other labels, such as pansexual or polysexual or none at all. According to the American Psychological Association, sexual orientation also refers to a person's sense of identity based on these attractions, related behaviors, and membership in a community of others who share their attractions.